Ladies and gentlemen, we're live from Charlotte Motor Speedway for week 1 of the playoffs in the Electric Thunder Truck Series. It's going to be an exciting race, is it not, Chris?
It is. This is a challenging track, but it's a driver's track. It's definitely a track that a lot of people come to expecting to have different lines and, you know, just good racing, close racing, especially in these trucks.
It's going to be fun to meet the playoff drivers in a few minutes and give them a little talk and see what we can figure out about them. They're currently in warm-up. Let's go through our playoff drivers and meet them for the first time today. First up, we have Jeremiah Growell, that number 14. Let's see if we can pull him up on the screen. But tell us a little bit about Jeremiah, Chris.
Well, Jeremiah, his biggest accomplishment will be sneaking into the Darlington pit row with a $50 ticket. Very bold move. Hopefully he makes some bold moves on the track. He's looking forward most to the clean racing that we have here at ETTS. And his hobby is racing anything and everything from Paducah, Kentucky.
I do believe that is Jeremiah in the booth. How you feeling about your first race at the playoffs, Jeremiah?
Well, we had some problems in qualifying, so I think I'm starting close to the back, but I always have fun at Charlotte, so I'm excited.
Well, can't wait to talk to you during the race. Get a little bit more viewpoints. Good luck out there.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Second up, another playoff driver we have. Looks like it is Randy Cornwell in that number 22 truck. Tell us a little bit about Randy.
Randy, his biggest accomplishment will be winning the 2016 track championship in the hobby division using 5 different cars. He's looking forward the most to Las Vegas Motor Speedway, which I'm assuming that he is very strong at. He likes to do racing in real life at Sonoya Raceway, and his hometown is Bonaire, Georgia.
Hey Randy, how you doing? Can you hear us? Oh, there we go. How do you feel about Charlotte?
We'll see. Kind of mixed feelings.
Very tentative.
What do you think this is going to be, a fuel strategy or a tire strategy track?
I think that'll depend on how aggressive people get early, because it's kind of free early.
We'll let you get back out there. Good luck out there.
Appreciate it. Y'all enjoy the broadcast.
Next
Thanks,
up, we have Mason Wagaman in the number 74.
Mason Wagaman, he's looking forward to the most is winning the playoffs. Very confident coming into these playoffs. His favorite hobby is fishing, and he's from Augusta, Georgia.
Let's see if he can come in the booth real quick. Ah, there we go. Mason, how you doing?
What's going on?
Had a very strong past couple of weeks. You think you can win it again?
I'm going to try. I mean, we're going to give it a good run. Seems like we got pretty good speed here, so we'll see.
Well, good luck out there, man.
Appreciate it.
Alrighty, that is Mason Wagaman in the number 74 on a little bit of a hot streak here in the Electric Thunder Truck Series. Let's see who the next person on the list is. Dustin Coggin in the number 46.
I'm looking for him. Oh, I don't got him.
Oh, got him. Dustin Coggin. Greatest accomplishment, he says, is his family. And he's very looking forward to the competition and hoping to get some good finishes each and every race. Favorite hobby is riding motorcycles. Hometown is in Georgia. Dustin Coggin, how are you doing today?
Oh, we're all right. How about you?
Well, pretty good. You had a very strong regular season. Do you think you can carry over that momentum through each and every race in the playoffs?
That's our plan, man. We're just gonna. That's what we were just talking about. We're gonna just run a good. We're gonna play the long game here on these races. hopefully we have some good long green flag runs, and we can just kind of bide our time and see what happens and be up at the front at the end.
Well, I'll let you get back out there. Good luck. Hope to talk to you later.
Yeah, man, have a good one.
Alrighty, that was Dustin Coggin in the 46. Next up, we have Jordan Fisher. Jordan Fisher was in the booth with us last week. Tell us a little bit about him.
Yeah, good buddy. Jordan Fisher, he's a driver of the number 39. He has a long list of accomplishments, from everything from Endurance Team Championship to GT Cup. He's the Prestige Points leader in the Trucks and Cup, and the Red Solo Cup ARCA S Season 1 champion. He's looking forward to most in the playoffs with competing against fast chase drivers, learning as much as he can from a great group of guys. Favorite hobby is fishing, and his hometown is in Minnesota.
Well, Jordan, it was fun having you in the booth with us last week. Tell us what your mindset is as we get ready for this race here at Charlotte.
I think just being patient early on in this kind of race. 75 laps here today, so I mean, I think today is really going to be a matter of just kind of staying behind some guys and saving the tires for the most part, playing the strategy game in the long run, and then towards the end of the run, that's where we'll try to push it to make a run for it. So hopefully we can just keep the 39 car kind of in the game early on and execute at the end there. So it's just going to be a matter of saving tires.
Well, good luck out there. Can't wait to see you at the end.
Thank you.
Alrighty, and that will bring us to our final playoff driver, Chris Baines, the number 80.
Chris Baines of the number 80's biggest accomplishment is that he's still chasing his biggest accomplishment. Hopefully it's his championship this year. He's looking forward to the championship run. His favorite hobby is racing, and he's from Lewes, Delaware. We got him in the booth.
Not at the moment. Hopefully we'll be able to have a word with him, but overall looks like a very strong playoff field. Very short pace lap. There he is, Chris Baines. I see they're starting to do formation lap. I'll let you get back out there real quick, but just tell us your thoughts headed into this first playoff race here at Charlotte.
Just patience, really. I know we got 75 laps today or tonight, and just looking to get out here and find my groove, find patience, keep up the racetrack all night long, and hopefully we can be there at the end.
Well, good luck. It's going to be very fun to watch. Hope to talk to you at the end.
Thank you, buddy, for checking in.
No problem, man.
Alrighty.
Good race.
Fortunately, all that was a little bit rushed. We are already about to come to the green flag. Timothy Presley, your pole sitter, will be leading us to green. It's week 1 of the Electric Thunder Truck Series chase for the Truck Series Championship. Timothy Presley didn't quite make it, but he's going to take the pole and take him to green here at Charlotte in the Reapers Rumble 112.
Timothy Presley out front. Mason Wagaman close behind, followed by Dalton Wilson and Chris Baines.
Good battle here, back here for the 3rd position. Dalton Wilson on the outside, Chris Baines on the inside. See Jordan Fisher get shoved a little bit up the track by Randy Cornwell just behind him.
Man, Randy is aggressive this year, huh? He was aggressive last week. He almost got that All-Star race win.
He's definitely one of the funnest drivers for us in the booth to watch. See behind them, that's Tate Lupret in the 52, alongside Jordan Fisher now.
Also a playoff driver.
Very fun talking to these drivers throughout the week, trying to get a little bit of their backstory coming into this playoff series.
Timothy Presley seems to be pulling away. I don't know if he's got something in that car he shouldn't have or what, but he's stepping it out. He's got that moonshine ethanol in there. Working that high line.
He's definitely one of the first drivers to run the wall here at Charlotte. We'll have to see how many of those drivers will move up there with him as the run goes on. How about Timothy Presley, though? All throughout the season, he has been strong each and every race, but just a little bit too aggressive. Got a couple more DNFs than he should have.
Well, I mean, if you're going to win races, you have to be aggressive. You have to kind of risk it. I mean, it says wreckers or checkers on the side of his car. You know what his attitude's about going into the race. He's going to be aggressive. He's going to try to get those wins out there because that's what's going to get him in the championship.
He is putting pretty good gap on Mason Wagaman back there, about 6/10 of a second back. It is a good battle back there for second.
Yeah, Chris Baines is going at it with Mason Wagaman. He's just poking his nose in there. It's still early, very early in the race, but hopefully he doesn't kind of push it too far. Yeah, he backed off, but they're nose to tail from third to fifth, well, third to fourth. Duking it out, going back and forth. Chris Baines and Randy Corwell. What I am impressed by is the driver's etiquette. When you go into official races, it's more like the Wild West, right? When it comes to who you're racing against, and like obviously iRating tries to make it a similar skill level. Here we have iRatings all over the board, and everybody being very respectful of each other racing, trying to get a feel for the truck at this track.
It's pretty calm racing up here in the front a little bit. Let's go back a little bit further back in the pack. Dustin Colgan all the way back in 13th right now. That's not going to be good for him.
No, I think he's going to make a later run in this for sure. Right now, he's got a pretty good points cushion, but it's not that good. He's at 950 points coming into this, whereas the cutoff's at 700. So he's gonna have to pick up a few positions if he wants to stay where he is in the chase.
Joseph Herbert back there. He almost made the chase to the Truck Series. He was the odd man out.
Yeah, it's always sorry. It's always unfortunate to just miss the playoffs, and man, he put in a good fight for it, but just came up short. He'll have it next year. And Timothy Presley continues to pull away, but it's a lot to do with these three guys in second through fifth, because they are going back and forth, switching positions. Randy Cornwell, Mason Wagaman, Chris Baines, they've been either second to fourth to fifth, second to third to fourth, and just going back and forth this entire lap. And it's giving Timothy Presley that stride that he needs to kind of get away from the pack.
Single file throughout most of the field right now.
And that's what Timothy Presley needs to see.
It is going to be interesting to see what the strategy is like. I mean, I ran a little bit of practice here in the practice session. Honestly, it's a very easy track. Most likely to have long green flag runs, so will we have to do green flag pit stops?
I definitely think we will with this field and how well everybody's kind of performing when it comes to being cautionary, starting out the race, feeling out cold tires. I think it's definitely going to, at least the first pit stop is going to be a green flag pit stop. We all saw how aggressive they got at the All-Star race, and I guarantee it's going to get that aggressive as the race goes on. Because you got to think, there's still guys that aren't in the chase that want a win. So if they can get up there and they can challenge some of these chase drivers, I mean, hopefully it doesn't turn into a wreck, but you know some guys are going to be pushing.
Currently running 2 and 3 wide back here. Mason Wagaman went underneath Randy Cornwell, and they're battling behind him as well.
Yeah, it looks like Jordan Fisher trying to get up there and mix it up with them as well. We got Dalton Wilson in the 20. There's side-by-side racing kind of on back throughout the field. You got some stragglers, you got some space between some people. But they're gonna lose time on guys if they're gonna be racing like that. So they got to watch how much they want to push and how much they want to kind of conserve in order to better the group. But everybody fighting for every position on this track right now.
I mean, Presley is pulling away, but 15 laps, he's only pulled away by 0.8 of a second. So I kind of expected to see a little bit more of a gap, honestly.
I wonder if he's trying to conserve fuel, because some of these drivers, what you have the ability to do in iRacing is kind of let off the gas, kind of go 80%, especially in a field like this where you have the trucks, a little bit lower horsepower than the next-gen cars or the Xfinity cars. You have the ability to go full throttle throughout the track. So if you're able to kind of, ease off a little bit, save tires, save fuel, that might win him the race on a longer run. But he has that luxury right now because he doesn't have all these guys around him fighting for position.
You have to wonder how hard Wagman, Cornwell, and some of these other guys are pushing their equipment.
Yeah, and it's getting close. Jordan Fisher got right up to the bumper of Cornwall. And got to be careful because if one goes, there's going to be 2 or 3 other guys that are going to go with him.
This may be a little bit of a shorter race, only 75 laps, 112 miles, sponsored by Rumble's Reapers. Be sure to check them out on social media. Run by one of our very own, James Jones. Much appreciation to him for coming on and sponsoring this race here in the Electric Thunder Truck Series.
Oh, we got a challenge for the lead. Mason Wagaman has caught Timothy Presley. He's taking him on the outside.
How long did that take for him to catch Presley? Presley lost that almost full second in less than a lap. I wonder if something happened to him.
Yeah, I wonder if he just off the rip just kind of messes. Oh, Timothy Presley saves it. Almost went around. That was good driving right there.
Hey, bro, goes around
another
behind
car
him.
up.
And caution flag will come out. Big stack up from Timothy Presley. Still not sure what happened to make him lose so much momentum. But it
Timothy
ends with
Abrell
Tim
got
Aubrey.
turned.
Let's see if we can pull a replay. Yeah, it just gets turned by Aiden Lucas. I kind of want to see if we can go a little bit further back. Now watch Timothy Presley up there in the front row. Coming into this turn right here. So that was the big checkup right there. And Aubrey's just trying to get around those guys on the outside who checked up. So very unfortunate for him. All right, caution flag number 1 is out. Mason Wagman will be scored as your race leader. And they're coming down pit road. Everybody's coming around pit road except for Chris Baines and Randy Cornwell. I don't know how much tire fall off we're going to have.
Yeah, it would seem, especially with the way Timothy Presley fell off, you'd think that they would come in. But who knows? Maybe they have some type of way to save tire that we're not aware of.
Unfortunately, we weren't able to put the race info up right before the start of the race, but we'll go ahead and put that on the screen for you real quickly. Race info, Charlotte Motor Speedway, 1.5 miles, temperature 73 degrees Fahrenheit. And 4 sets of tires these drivers are going to have. Fuel window only about 32 to 35 laps. So that would probably explain why most of these drivers went ahead and came in.
It makes you wonder, maybe they're betting on another caution coming out, because cautions do breed cautions, as we saw last week at Eldora. Wagaman got out ahead of Presley, followed by Fisher, Wilson, Lucas, Lupret, Saunders, and Coggin.
So come around to take the one to go till green.
Aiden Lucas and Timothy Presley, the odd men out in the top 8 when it comes to playoff drivers. So they're going to have to watch themselves racing around these guys, because, you know, one mistake, they're not going to appreciate it next week. I guarantee that.
Alrighty, they're coming around through turns 3 and 4, ready to go back to green. Chris Baines inside, Randy Cornwell outside. Will they get freight trained into turn number 1 and 2? Green flag
Chris
back in the
Baines.
air.
Chris Baines in the AC Delco 80. Oh, he does not get a good push off that start. Randy Cornwell takes it on the outside, followed by Timothy Presley, who's on fresh tire.
As they go 3 wide.
Three wide down the
into turn number
backstretch.
3.
Man, they are risking it. It is lap 23, boys. Still a lot of race to go.
Mason Wagaman surging ahead on the inside. Chris Baines stuck in the middle. Randy Cornwell stuck way wide. They make contact. And they're going to keep it straight for now. Wagaman to the lead. Fisher second. Presley gets loose.
Oh,
and they're wrecking. Coggin involved. And that was Chris Lewis, the other driver who went around.
Case implications with Coggin getting involved. Presley looks like his race might be done for the day.
Well, not sure what happened. That was multiple incidents happening at once. Let's ride along with Chris Lewis. Whoa! You see, couldn't quite tell who ran into him.
I think Chris Lewis just got in his quarter panel and took him around.
Whoever the 98 was got into the corner panel of the 95 during the checkup. And while that was going on, Timothy Presley up here was all over the place. We saw before they wrecked, and he ended up taking out Jeremiah Gravel, and Dalton Wilson sustains damage.
Ooh.
So very costly incident early. With severe implications for about half of the playoff field.
Man, that is rough. That is a hole that you got to dig yourself out of. And you know, as a driver, it's stressful trying to get back from that. And it wasn't even your fault.
Yeah, Timothy Presley, right before that incident, was all over the place loose. I'm not really surprised he eventually got turned, but that other incident a little bit.
Yeah, it just seems like a little bit of inexperience racing up there with guys that know the guys that are in the chase. Cost a few guys their spots, maybe the race.
Alrighty, let's see if we can pull in a driver for an interview real quick. Howdy, Mr. James Jones. This is Fearless and Chris up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How y'all doing?
Pretty good, pretty exciting racing out there. But tell us a little bit about your business that's sponsoring this race today.
It's actually just a team, Grim Reaper Motorsports. You know, AJ needed a sponsor, so I figured we'd get our name out there.
Well, we appreciate everything that all of our sponsors do for this league. How's the racing out there?
It's actually pretty good. Everybody seems to be keeping it clean. I don't know what happened that last caution. I've been kind of just chilling in the back, biting my tongue until the very end, and then we'll start pushing forward.
From what
How's the tire fall off been? Oh, sorry.
Oh, you
Hell-
asked the same question I was going to ask.
There you go.
How's what?
The tire fall off.
It actually wasn't that bad. That first little stint, I was kind of saving tires, and probably 10%. So it's not too
Okay.
terribly bad right now.
Well, they're
If I would
getting
have known
ready
it was going
to...
to be like that, if I would have known it was only going to be 10%, I would have stayed out.
Well, I don't know. It didn't work out for the leaders.
But we shall see. Hopefully, the 54 GRM Chevy's up in victory lane tonight.
Yes, sir. Good luck tonight.
Appreciate it.
And thanks again for coming on and sponsoring this race of Charlotte.
Thank you guys for everything.
That was James Jones in the 54. Alrighty, they're lined up, getting ready to go back to green. Multiple playoff drivers involved in that last incident. We'll have to see how that will affect the points heading into next week.
Everyone's looking ahead. This is either going to make or break your chase. Because you can put a buffer on your points or you're getting put in the hole.
Next week gonna be an even more exciting race at Kansas. Aiden Lucas poking inside of Jordan Fisher there. Those two teammates going at it for second.
Mason Wagaman got a good jump. It seems like the leader or whoever's on the front row up top gets a good jump off the start.
How about Tim Aubrell? Must have took his fast repair because he's up there battling for fourth right now.
Yeah, that's one thing that is very cool about iRacing is getting a fast repair or just having one for a race. It could save your race. And he's definitely taking advantage of it. Running up there in third.
Alrighty, so it appears that everybody has pitted at least once in this race so far today. Jordan Fisher taking the lead from Wagaman. Fuel window is about 32 to 35 laps, so that it definitely will be something to keep an eye on. They will have to pit at least one more time before this race is over.
Yeah, and that's going to throw a huge wrench in everybody's strategy with having that caution right there, because now everybody's on fresh tires, everybody's on the same strategy. It's going to be difficult to kind of break it up unless we have any more cautions. But even then, some guys might wait until they know they can make it on fuel, seeing that the tire fall off is only 10% after a few laps. Or what they could do is they could stay out and risk trying to catch another caution and hopefully put some people lap down, get a buffer between them and some of their competition.
We released Season 2 schedule last week. We talked to Tim Aubrell 2 weeks ago. He has had an extraordinarily good run the past couple weeks. I have no doubt that we will be seeing him in the chase next season. He's definitely a very skilled driver, and it's going to be very fun to watch him.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be somebody to watch because he has come back watching him the past 2 weeks come back in the All-Star race, he's come back in this race. He seems to know the strategy very well. Like if you've got a car that is fixable, you know, don't use that fast repair. Save it for later in the race. But, you know, if you're trying to be competitive and you're trying to keep your track position, using that fast repair can kind of save it. So it seems like he kind of peaked with that at the right time. Now, hopefully he can keep it clean for the rest of the race. But the way he's racing, he'll be fine.
So looking back over the playoff field, Dalton Wilson still in the pits with repairs. Jeremiah Gravel is out running. He is currently, looks like he is on the lead lap side by side with Noah Walters right now, or James Burns, excuse me. Side by side with James Burns. A little bit further up in the field, also on the lead lap is Dustin Coggin. And he is currently side by side with Blair Saunders, who was involved in that incident a few laps ago. But all the other playoff drivers currently running inside the top 10. Chris Baines currently in 9th. Randy Cornwell just ahead of him in 8th. James Jones, who we talked to, not a playoff driver, but he is in 7th. And that Hardy's Designs 54 truck. Tate Lepre up there in the 5th position. And like we have all seen, Jordan Fisher in 1st and Mason Wagaman in 4th.
In 3rd, we got Aiden Lucas. Running up to 2nd, we got Timothy Abro. And in 1st, Jordan Fisher. In the top 4, running nose to tail up front. Jordan Fisher leading the way. Timothy Abro, he's coming up on him.
But he's got Challenger inside. Aiden Lucas took it inside in turns 1 and 2. Wasn't able to do anything with it.
Yeah, I'm surprised that outside lane is really coming in. As the race goes on, obviously, iRacing simulates the tires being worn into the track just like real life. So you'll see a lot more guys start moving up top if there's more rubber up there. And that seems to be the dominant line right now.
Tim Albrell all over the back bumper of Jordan Fisher. He's definitely a little bit faster, but as soon as he gets in that clean air, he's not going to be able to pull away most likely.
Well, he sees that big yellow 77 behind him. He knows he needs to move. Right now, he's got to take advantage of how close everybody's running, get past somebody, because otherwise he's going to be past himself.
And we saw Timothy Presley pull away while these drivers were battling side by side, but as soon as 2nd through 4th kind of went single file, they caught him in no time flat. So you have to wonder, is this kind of like a drafting race with these trucks?
Yeah, almost, because they are running almost full out most of the race. As tires wear, obviously you're going to let up because you're not going to make the corner as well. But with them racing side by side, that you're even in the simulation, you're pushing air onto the spoilers of these trucks, which is going to slow them down. So now that we're nose to tail with everybody, I think everybody's kind of got the picture that, okay, racing side by side doesn't really work unless I can make the pass. Once you make the pass, then you're good. But trying to make the pass is the question. You have to make sure that you're faster than the car ahead of you.
Currently riding along with what Mason Wagaman, who just took position number 3.
And Mason Wagaman is on a mission. He had that lead and he lost it, but it seems like his long run is really there because he is pushing back.
Watching the dashboard in the lower right hand of your screen, you can see what we were talking about with the throttle Wagaman running. Not quite full out the entire track, but definitely not letting up at all, really. As you see, Fisher tagged the wall a little bit down the backstretch.
Hopefully that doesn't affect the handling of his car.
Lucas looking inside. He's got to run. He's got a nose inside. Can he do something with it? Teammates side by side for the race lead. And Aiden Lucas will clear. For the moment at least. Here comes Fisher. Pushing on the outside lane. Good run. Down that back stretch. And here's Wagaman now.
This is such a racer's track with how many lines you can run and where you can go to try to get around people. And that's why you see so many cars side by side, is because one line might work better than the other and vice versa. Right now it seems like the outside line is stronger, but you can definitely make a pass on the inside if you get in there right. You have to, kind of line up the pass, and the pass might take several laps just to get done, which makes for awesome racing. Wagon really pushing on Fisher, trying to get by him. These guys have been side by side for 3 laps.
And while they're side by side, Aiden Lucas has said bye-bye. He's already 4/10 of a second up. Definitely a lot bigger of a lead than Fisher put up. Fisher trying to keep Wagaman behind him right now.
And that's what I'm talking about with the air on these cars. Almost like when you see it in the professional series like NASCAR and all that, you can almost see how the air off of one truck will push the spoiler of the other one and drag it back. But in total, it's dragging both cars back as they get really close coming out of turn 2. Man, they were right up against each other.
Very tight racing between Wagaman and Fisher, 2 playoff drivers. Your leader, though, not a playoff driver. He's all by himself right now. 7/10 of a second ahead of Jordan Fisher.
Yeah, he's trying to be that spoiler. That 77 Menards truck is fast.
And looking at your screen, that is the nose cam on Tate Lupret, another one of your playoff drivers.
Great
Good
camera
battle for
angle.
second.
They're just not letting up. One in front of the other, back and forth. Ooh. Lupret got on the wall a little bit off the turn, but he's catching them. That's the benefit. You have to pass them fast, or else you get caught up in this. I think the best move that either Fisher or Wagaman can do is just either let one of them by or back off. That way you can catch back up to the leader, make it a 3-way battle. Oh, it is a 3-way battle now. Wagaman getting challenged by Lupret.
This racing is just so fun to watch. 3 playoff drivers going at it for second. Both first place and 5th place are not in the playoffs. Chris Baines in 7th, Randy Cornwell in 8th, Dustin Coggin cracks the top 10 in 10th, Jeremiah Growell still at the bottom of the drivers who are still running on the track, and Dalton Wilson still in the pits working on repairs.
They should be coming up on the pit window, right?
In a couple laps, a lot of these drivers came in around lap 25 or so.
Yeah, I've got the leaders coming in at lap 21 and the cars back lap 26. So we should be approaching scheduled pit stops, green flag pit stop.
Any minute now. During the midst of a very intense 3-way battle for second. As you see, Lucas pulls away to a 1.5 second lead. It's going to be fun to watch how these drivers come back out of the pits.
Now, what I would be interested in seeing is how 5 laps will look on their tires. Because if the cars 6th on back have a 5-lap advantage, how much faster will they be in the last 5 laps of the race? I think that would be something to watch for.
And we have a caution.
Oh. Well, that re-rack it.
Presley
Disregard everything I just said, because all that's out the window now.
Well, Timothy Presley just came out of the pits a moment ago and already wrecking.
Man, Timothy Presley, he was having such a good run at the beginning of the race, and he just fell off.
Riding along with him as he just came out of the pits, going on to the turn 3 and 4, just gets loose.
Yeah, that's easy on cold tires. I mean, when you got fresh tires, you gotta wait until the heat comes up in them. He probably got in such a good rhythm with the warm tires that he thought he could do the same thing.
And that will bring out your caution flag.
Third caution of the night.
Well, we went from it's going to be a very fun green flag strategic run to, well, we're going to have a 20-lap dash for the race win. Aiden Lucas in the lead, Mason Wagaman in second, Fisher third, Lupret fourth. They're all on pit road.
Yeah, you're gonna have to come in the pit. I mean, you don't really have any other options. You can stay out and hope for another caution, but this is going to be where the race is probably won.
It's very
You see how well everybody gets off of pit row.
It's very coincidental how one of the drivers who had been in the pits repairing damage happened to come out right as the leaders were starting to run out of fuel.
Is that a conspiracy theory? I'll get my tinfoil hat on for that.
And we have a very fun race off of pit road. Looks like Aiden Lucas will continue to be your race leader. Wagaman, Brett, and Fisher.
How much fun would he be having if he won this race? Coming out from not being in the playoffs and spoiling all these guys' race and forcing them to have to race even harder next week at Kansas.
Looks like we have a playoff driver in the booth, Dalton Wilson. How are you doing, sir?
I've been better. Not gonna lie to you.
Talk us through that incident that took you out of contention.
Well, the caution was out. I was just, riding the wall, minding my own business, and then I got a meatball. At the time, I didn't know what happened. I just know I got slammed into the wall, and looking back at the replay, it looks like 44 got loose, overcorrected into the 14, which shipped him into me, which put me into the wall. So just
Wrong
unfortunate.
place, wrong time.
Yep, just unfortunate. The caution was already out. Not sure why we were still racing, getting loose. But I mean, it is what it is. That means next week I got to win. It's the only option I got.
How do you feel about Kansas Speedway as a track?
I'm actually pretty good at it. It's one of my favorites. It's one of them tracks where almost every line works. It's a kind of like a drafting track but it's similar to like Auto Club. So you just got to know how to pass, how to create runs.
Well, we'll be looking forward to watching you next week. Highly unfortunate how you had to exit the race today, but hopefully you'll be able to come back next week and with the win. Good luck next week, sir.
Thank you, guys.
And we're going back to green here at Charlotte.
Lucas steps it out coming out of the tri-oval. Mason Wagaman goes high, throws a block on Fisher. Now the question is can they catch Lucas?
We only
Wagaman-
got 20 laps to go. It's just gonna be a full-on sprint. I guess the biggest question is, are these drivers just gonna start taking themselves out one by one?
Yeah, definitely have to gauge your aggression versus your gains, because too much aggression is going to take you out of the race. And right now, there's plenty of cars still on the track, as we have a caution.
Caution flag out in the air. Looks like it's Joseph Herbert involved. Stopped on track, and let's pull a replay.
I'm willing to bet on fresh tires. He got loose too.
Oh, looks like Dylan Lamb.
Oh no. Ooh. I bounced off the wall.
Man,
Everybody
Dylan
tried
Lamb
to
was
check
getting
up.
tossed around like crazy. Joseph
Yeah,
Herbert
man.
got around him. Not sure what happened to Herbert, but I guess he just throttled up a little bit too quick in the corner right after he got ahead of Lamps. So
Yeah, I'm telling you, those fresh tires, man, they're hard to handle at Charlotte. Since the repave, it's been a lot better, but out the gate, you really gotta gauge your truck and see where it's at before you start pushing.
not entirely sure what happened to Dylan Lamp, but that was excellent control keeping that truck from going around because he was all over the place. And let's have a chat with Aiden Lucas, your race leader. How do you feel out in front of the pack?
Oh, it feels real good with this clean air on my nose. I'm just hoping if I can hold off for about 5 or 10 laps here, let the tires wear a little bit, and maybe pull away.
So
I probably know that.
You go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry. Go ahead. So I probably know the answer to this question, but how are you going to race these guys with them being in the chase and you being kind of the spoiler in this race? Are you gonna race them for the win, or are you gonna kind of, take it easy on them?
Oh, we're only here for one thing, and see if we can sneak one out. Not going to do it in a bad way. Not going to try and rough anybody up. Want to make sure every truck hits the finish line here tonight.
Well, you've had
Solid
a very
political answer.
you've had a very strong truck all day long. How many races have you been able to compete in this season, and what are your thoughts headed into next season with a chance to make the playoffs?
Yeah, I think this is my second week. I think I did Homestead. Yeah, feeling pretty good. I'm not the biggest fan of the trucks. The Xfinity cars are more my speed, but seeing if the skills translates, pretty entertaining.
The truck's definitely your speed today up there leading. Looking at the back of that pace car, looks good.
Oh, definitely. I think they just gave it a fresh wax too.
Yeah.
Well, we'll let
You
you
can see
get
when you're
back.
that close.
We'll let you get back to your team channel and prepare for the restart. Pretty sure I'll be talking to you at the end of the race. Can't wait. Good luck.
Yeah, sweet guys. Hopefully that is the case.
All right, good luck, man.
Good luck.
Aiden Lucas in that number 77 had a
What
very
a ni-
strong run today.
What a nice guy wishing us luck too. No, he has been very strong today.
It's going to be a very fun restart to watch. We only got 17 laps to go, 16 at the line. You know what they say, Chris? Cautions breed cautions.
Cautions. Well, we're about to see who's going to rumble and who's going to crumble. Let's do this thing.
Alrighty, working through turns 3 and 4. Aiden Lucas on the inside, Mason Wagaman on the outside, second row Jordan Fisher, Tim Aubrell, third row Chris Baines and Tate Lupret, Dustin Coggin in 7th, Blair Saunders 8th, Randy Cornwell playoff driver in 9th, and James Jones in 10th. Out of turn 4, pace truck looking to make that hard left turn to pit road. Fans are on their feet, and they're headed into the Geico restart zone. Green flag is back in the air over Aiden Lucas. Good start by him. A little bit of a push from Jordan Fisher, his teammate. Side by side, Wagaman a little bit slow.
Yeah, Wagaman has got to get off the line better because I've watched his restarts and that's where he's kind of failing himself. Is on those restarts, he'll have a good position like being in the lead or being in the front row and just kind of drops back.
Chris Baines with a very strong truck here at the end of this race at Charlotte. He tried to drive down into the inside of Mason Wagaman, didn't quite have the speed. Wagaman goes outside one lap, inside Jordan Fisher the next, as you see Tim Aubrell aggressive move to the inside of Chris Baines. Side by side for second. Wagaman inside, Fisher outside. They're catching Aiden Lucas.
Timothy Aubrell was all over the back of Chris Baines. He was pushing. Fisher and Wagaman, they gotta stop linking up like this because it's gonna cause Lucas to get. He's gonna step it out. They keep racing side by side. He's got to make that pass.
All over the back bumper of the 77. 77 blocking Mason Wagaman.
Aiden Lucas has got to be in there sweating right now, seeing two cars both in the chasing
And
him down.
Fisher almost gets turned. Fisher gets turned to the outside, and we have a caution.
Oof.
You
Tough
saw
break
it
for
live
Jordan
here,
Fisher.
folks. Some
Yeah, that was a-
extraordinarily aggressive racing.
Yeah, that was a quarter panel to the wall, man. Hopefully he still has his fast repair.
Well, unfortunately, here in the Electric Thunder Truck Series, no fast repairs are given out, so he's going to be stuck in the pits for a little bit on this one. That was a very fun battle to watch for the first and second positions. Highly unfortunate for Jordan Fisher. Kind of almost got himself turned by Wagaman. Tried to fix it, but overcorrected a wee little bit. And into the wall he goes. You see,
It's going to be interesting to see if there was a penalty for rough driving, whether it be points or during the race, because that might have its own chase implications in and of itself.
and let's see if we can pull in our playoff driver, Jordan Fisher. Hey, Jordan, this is Fearless and Chris up in the booth. You got a copy?
I do, yes.
Well, highly unfortunate. It was a very fun battle to watch, watching you and Wagaman battle for second. Talk us through that last incident.
Well, the 74 just got the EOL, so that should pretty much explain everything right there. Just running on the outside and the 74 coming up against my door. So I don't know why they need to be running that close against me. So, yeah.
Now, do you feel like going forward into Kansas, there's going to be a different way that you race him?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm taking it easy on these guys, but I don't know if we want to race hard, then we can do that. Yeah, no problem. Especially maybe at a track where you actually have to use a little bit of skill of lifting off the gas and using the brake pedal and all that. So I look forward to it.
Look forward to watching you race there. Strong words.
Thank you.
That was Jordan Fisher, a little bit upset as expected. He should be after that last incident between himself and Mason Wagaman. Wagaman will be given the end of line penalty for this race.
Yeah. And as I was saying before, chase implications, being put at the end of the line with 11 to go, I don't see him coming back from that.
I mean, you never know with Wagaman. Wagaman is a very strong driver. And this will shake up the leaderboards a little bit. You see Tate Lupret coming in on the inside of the second row. How about this? When we come back to green, it will be 10 laps to go. Talk about a shootout.
Yeah, these guys have to keep in mind they're racing for the win, but they're trying to stay in the chase. So the chase drivers, I mean, if I was in their shoes, I'd tone down the aggression just a little bit. I know everybody wants to win, but it might be worth it just to let Lucas go a little bit in order to save your truck.
Hayden Lucas, very strong performance. He was struggling a little bit at the end of that last run before that caution flag came out. Let's see what he can do this time. Lucas inside, Baines inside, Lupret and Aubrell behind him. Pace truck is on pit road. They're coming through the tri-oval. Green flag is back out over Aiden Lucas. Good jump by him. Baines a little bit slower.
Aiden Lucas just took off in that turn. Now, like I said, these guys have to stop racing side by side if they want to get up there. But I mean, Baines and Lupret, they're racing for chase. They're racing for chase points.
And Aubrell takes a 3 wide. Tim Aubrell takes a 3 wide before he backs out. Very aggressive move.
Not in the playoffs, nothing to lose.
And you see his team owner behind him. That is Randy Cornwell, the only, or not the only, but Tim Aubrell is in the same team as Randy Cornwell. Randy Cornwell in the playoffs.
You think he's over the radio like, hey, you mind letting up a little bit? He's probably telling him no chance.
And they get turned. Baines gets turned. Chris Baines got turned on the front stretch. No caution flag. That's going to be a replay for certain after this race is over, but it's still a dogfight for second. Lupret has it. Aubrell wants it to the inside, and Randy Cornwell watching for them to make a mistake.
Aubrell super aggressive, driving people up the track, trying to get that second place. He knows he has to pass fast if he wants to catch Lucas.
And Mason Wagaman involved in that incident between himself and another driver in the wall. That's Tyler Clunan. 3 drivers wrecked out of the main pack in less than 2 laps, but they all keep it together and we stay green.
Man, I never thought I'd see this many playoff implications in the last 10 laps.
Tyler Clunan in pit road, not in the playoffs. Looking at the leaderboard, looks like Baines and Wagman are both still running a little bit off pace. And they're still running. Aggressive 2-3 wide, and they're catching Aiden Lucas.
Yeah, Aiden Lucas is going to have to pick it up if he wants to win this race.
Tate Lupret looking for his first win in a while. Aubrell all over his back bumper. And they're side by side again. Aubrell outside, Lupret inside. And Cornwell will lose another spot to Blair Saunders.
Lucas he's still got a buffer. He's got 3/10, but man, if Timothy Aubrell gets by Lupret, I think he might be able to catch him with 3 laps to go.
Well, if they're not running side by side, if they're not running side by side, they'll be able to use the draft and reel Lucas in. They've already closed it within about 6 car lengths. As we come around for 3 to go, Aubrell looking for the outside, didn't quite make it, and Lupret blocks him through the tri-oval.
Man, that was good racing right there. Aubrell probably had to let off a little bit coming out of that turn. We got a caution.
Caution flag will finally come out. Who was it this time? Looks like it was Dylan Lamp involved in that caution. And boys, we're going to have to pull some replays from that last 5 laps. See Dylan Lamp slow on track.
Lucas did not want to see that. He was like, no, fight it out. I got this, guys. Don't worry about it.
All right, let's pull first replay. This will be Dylan Lamp and Jeremiah Growell. Pretty close quarters racing. Looks like Lamp just came down a little bit more than he should have. That will turn him around in front of a couple of drivers. Comes to a stop. Caution flag comes out. But what I'm really interested to see is Mason Wagaman and Chris Baines. And let's see if we can find that replay. It's going to be a little bit harder to find.
I think race control saying that it was a race incident was definitely a good call. I mean, on the tri-oval, when you got a car on the inside of you, it's hard to see. You're just trying to maintain your line. You don't know where they're going to be. They don't know where you're going to be by the end of the tri-oval. That happens.
Alrighty, pulling a replay of Chris Baines on your screen right now. Very strong truck before he got turned into the wall. Let's see if this is the right replay. Don't think that is. We'll have to see. We'll watch a couple. Oh, he just gets loose. He gets extremely loose on the exit of that corner.
Man, unfortunate. Running up in second, having a good points day.
All right, that happened, and let's see if we can find Mason Wagaman and see what happened to him. So Wagaman, end of line penalty after that last incident. Oh, he gets into it with Joseph Herbert.
Joseph Herbert kind of been struggling all day. He's already got to be frustrated getting the end of line penalty being in the chase. I'm wondering if there's, with that contact on the backstretch, if there's a little bit more to it. No, he bounced off the wall. Saved it through the infield. That was impressive.
I don't think he bounced off the wall. Joseph Herbert full-on body slammed him.
No, it looked like he came out of the turn, bounced off the wall, and came down on him.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see it now. So definitely not intentional after looking at the replay, but Mason Wagaman off track. That was the second incident that we saw, and third, let's see if we can find the Tyler Clunan incident.
I think that last incident was a very good example of someone who has maybe, a little bit to work on when it comes to car control, and somebody who has a lot of car control.
Alrighty, watching the replay of Tyler Clunan in that number 2 truck. It looks like he got tight in the middle of that corner, had to check up, gets turned by the 55 of Lamp. So definitely unfortunate for all of these drivers, really.
Yeah, Lamp not really having anywhere to go, just slowed up just a little bit too much and got into him.
Alrighty. Unfortunately not able to interview any drivers going through all those replays, but we are getting ready to go back to green for a green-white checkered finish here at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Can Aiden Lucas get a jump and be a spoiler? Can Tate Lupret get away and be the first driver to win in the chase? We're about to find out.
Can Randy Cornwell come out of the third row and surprise all these drivers? Wouldn't it be the first time?
I mean, if anybody could do it, it's Randy. That's for sure. He's got that barbecue sauce in him.
Alrighty. Pace truck is on pit road. Through the restart zone. Amazing jump by Aiden Lucas. Outside lane did not go at all.
And Timothy Abrell.
They're door slamming back in the pack.
He's going to be aggressive in these last 2 laps. We've seen him all night. If there's ever a time to go, it's now. He's got Aiden 2 laps to get in the back bumper.
Aiden Lucas up front, coming around for the white flag. Hopefully it stays green for his sake. 0.3 of a second. As they come around through the tri-oval into turn 1, gap down to about 5 car lengths. Aubrell's got a little bit of speed, but Lucas has a very good short run car. Can Aubrell find anything? The gap stays about the same down the backstretch. Aubrell drives it hard into turn number 3. It's not going to be able to stick, and Aiden Lucas will take the checkered flag here at Charlotte.
Aiden Lucas, the spoiler in the chase.
And they wreck coming across the line.
Congrats, Aiden Lucas. Chaos behind him. You guys
What
want some
a
real
race.
estate? I can get you an agent. Can't buy it here.
It looks like there's a few drivers a little bit upset with how their race went.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that worked out.
But Aiden Lucas and Randy Cornwell will come in second.
I didn't even see that. I thought Timothy was on him the entire time.
Tim Aubrey.
Yeah, dude. Do your donuts, man. You earned it.
Let's pull him in the booth real quick. Aiden Lucas, congratulations. What a finish. Talk us through that last couple restarts.
Yeah, man, I just would get in the box, throw it in first gear, and as soon as I hit the box, I would just pray that it was going to stick, and it ended up working out there.
Hey, giving an interview while doing burnout's pretty impressive, man. That was good driving.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Who do you feel was the biggest threat to your lead when you got back out there after that last restart?
Who's in second right there? Yeah, Abril's right behind me. He was fast. He kept with me on the other restarts. I just knew if I could get clear by at least 3/10 into one, I probably wasn't going to lose that in a lap. Everyone else was racing super hard behind me, so I think their tires were a little bit worse. And I was just trying to keep the bottom, just manage that right front.
Well, you did a great job of it, boss. Ethan, you got anything for him?
Not much. What are your thoughts going into Kansas after spoiling Randy Cornwell's attempt to win here at Charlotte?
Yeah, Kansas will be fun. Very similar kind of racetrack. Fast lane's definitely up near that fence. But you will chew through those tires like nobody's business.
Well, congratulations again. Is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to before we let you off?
Well, thank you guys for bringing the show to the people, and thank you for the people for tuning in.
Well, it's fun watching you race. I really can't wait till next season to see how you do throughout the season. Good luck next week, and go celebrate your win.
Appreciate that. You boys have a good night.
You too, man. Have a beer for me.
Oh, will do.
Aiden Lucas in that 77. What a finish. Good race run by him. Let's pull in second place, Randy Cornwell. Howdy, Randy. This is Fearless and Chris up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, man, I got you.
Good race today. Ran top 5 the entire day. Pretty chaotic throughout the last couple restarts. Talk us through your race.
It was a bit interesting at times. I thought I had the right strategy early on. When they fit, I stayed out. Caution flew, I got tires. Thought that was going to work out, but it didn't. So you just kind of adapt and keep going.
Definitely a good start in the playoffs. Second place here at Charlotte. What are your thoughts going into Kansas, and is Kansas good to you?
Typically, I like Kansas, but I've learned that even if you like it, there's 26, however many other folks out there with us, so you just never know what's going to happen.
So in the last 2 laps, we were watching the leader. We were watching Aiden Lucas, and we were watching Timothy Abril. Where did you come from? Where did you get that pass on Abril?
I think he got tight into 4 right there up against the wall. I think he had to pedal it. I don't know. Just a little luck. Sometimes you get it, and sometimes it doesn't go your way.
An example of the right place at the right time, right?
That's it. You could be happy or skillful, but without a little luck in these things, it's really not going to matter.
I'd rather be lucky than good looking any day.
100%.
Congratulations, Randy Cornwell, on a second place finish here at Charlotte. Anybody you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I want to thank TI Racing for all they do for us, the league for putting this on, you guys as broadcasters, and of course Cornwell barbecue sauce on the side of the truck. We just got sweet and spicy bottles out there for sale. Anybody wants any, look us up, Facebook, TikTok, PayPal, any of those things.
Well, it's been fun to watch you the past couple weeks. Can't wait to watch you at Kansas. Good luck and congratulations.
Thank you, and appreciate all y'all do.
You too, man. Thank you.
That was
I
Randy
told you
Cornwell.
he had that hot sauce in him. It's getting him going.
And Tate Lupret in the booth in the 52. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Pretty good. Looks
Y'all,
like
y'all forget about me?
I've
Come on,
been-
man.
At the
come on.
pre-show,
My first time in the chase, and I was sitting here waiting.
Well, I apologize for
We-
that. I thought I interviewed you first.
No, you didn't get me at all. That's all right, man. It happens.
we ran out of time. I wanted to say something, but the show must go on, brother. I
Show
apologize.
must go on.
So
Hey,
you
that's
knew
all
too,
right.
and nobody thought to tell me.
Nah, I guess not. That was a great race. I love coming to Charlotte, so it's a great time, and I thought it was a pretty clean race. So
Talk us through that last restart. A little bit slower on the gas than Aiden Lucas. Probably cost you a chance at the race win, but talk us through it.
yep. I was trying to time it off of the 77 there, and I think it was the 98. He got into the back of me a little bit, threw off my timing. But I definitely could have been a little more on it, but I was worried I was going to get a black flag there, so I kind of backed off a little bit.
I
Understandable.
mean, you are in the chase, so better safe than sorry. How do you feel this is going to boost your confidence going forward to Kansas?
I think greatly. I love coming to Charlotte, but it's not always my fastest track. Just the long run was definitely where I had more of my speed. I wasn't as quick as the top 5 there during the kind of short, 10, 15 laps, but as soon as I got past 15, I was getting 10th or so quicker. So hopefully I can take a little bit of my strategy from here and move it to Kansas, because it's relatively similar in size, not exactly the same, obviously, but, it's not like we're going from a short track to a super speedway.
Yeah, definitely not a lot of adjustment there.
Is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to before we let you hop off and grab our third place?
If they're still watching, my younger brother is watching from college, and my grandparents are watching today from back home in South Carolina. So, wish I was up in the Carolinas with them, running my home track. But I'm so happy that they're able to support me.
Well, thank you so much for coming in the booth and talking with us. It was fun watching you out there racing. Can't wait till next week. Hope to talk to you in Victory Lane next week.
I hope so. I thought I might have been there this week, but no cigar. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
on the
Congratulations
door.
again.
Thank you very much. Have a good night, fellas.
You too.
And let's pull in Timothy Abrell in the number 3. How you doing, sir? Can you hear us?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Pretty good. Good run today. Up front in the top 2 or 3 all day. Very strong truck. Not quite able to bring it home. Talk to us about your race today.
Yeah, I mean it was all right. I had to work through some troubles there. This track's really not one of my favorites. I like the tracks that take a little bit of skill to drive and got to use some brake versus wide open. I got wrecked early by the 77. Managed to keep it clean off everybody. Didn't get no damage there. Got it repaired. Like the next lap, had to dodge a big one. Went from like last to 5th on like in one lap. It was crazy. Rode in the front there for the most part there at the end. Second to last restart where it was probably like 11 to go or so. Unfortunate timing. We had an EOL, dropped the guy that was in third back to the rear, which then moved, I think the 52 up to third. So it's just unfortunate because I had to stay in 4th. So he jumped me a spot, and then I ended up getting stuck behind him for that long period there before the green, white checker caution. So I think if that didn't happen, should have been able to give the 77 a run for his money. But with the green, white checker, there's just not enough time. Got a good restart there. Just like I said, not enough time.
So
Well,
with all the passing that happened today, one of the things that we were talking about in the booth, when you were side by side with somebody, what was your strategy? Was it to wear them down by just being there the entire time, or was it to get past them fast in order to get up to the next car?
So I was trying to arc the corner down kind of later. That way it forced them to, because the 52 at the time was trying to run the bottom as well. So I was trying to keep it up higher and drive it in a little deeper to arc it to where it kind of takes his line away, to where he has to run something different and maybe mess him up a little bit. But the high lane is just so much faster on the exits. It's so much easier to pass on the high lane. Just every time I would look high, the whole entire race, every time I would look high on anyone, they would throw a late block, and I would lift just to prevent a caution, prevent wrecking anybody. But so on the bottom, it's hard to pass, especially as the run got later and later. It was easy the first couple laps, but after it got later and later and tires got wore, it was harder to get on the gas earlier on the bottom. You would just slide on the track.
Cautiously aggressive. I like it.
Yes, sir.
Well, congratulations on a third place finish. Probably could have wished it had been more, but can't wait to go to Kansas next week. I'm sure you'll run good. Anybody you'd like to give a shout out to before we let you hop off?
Give a shout out to TI Racing, everyone there back at the shop. Shout out to Randy Cornwell for he's chase driver on the team, getting a good finish, getting second for the team. We love that. Shout out to Cornwell Barbecue Sauce. Great barbecue sauce. Definitely should get a bottle as soon as possible. Got sweet and spicy for sale. Shout out to TA3 Designs, Asheville Rooftop Bar Tours, Marion Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Captain Lochran, Brandon Sandy, Drayton Cook, Tony Darlington, everyone else watching. And you guys for putting on the broadcast. Appreciate it.
Well, it's
Thank
been
you for
fun.
putting on the show.
It's been fun to watch you guys. Can't wait till next week. Good luck.
Yes, sir. I'll see y'all next week.
Well, Chris, what are your thoughts after an exciting race at Charlotte heading into next week, round number 1, race number 2 at Kansas?
I think I'm going to start calling them the barbecue boys. No, those guys. They bring it every week. That was pretty fast. It was aggressive. Both Randy and Tim are both very aggressive drivers. So, I think going into next week, the guys you'll see up at the top here will probably be close to the top in the next race, just because of the mile-and-a-half track, and like you were seeing, everybody really liked the top line here. So I'd be looking out for around the same guys to be up at the front next race.
For sure. It's going to be fun to watch a couple drivers in the playoffs with a little bit of issues. Dalton Wilson needs a win next week. You heard him live on air say that. Jeremiah Gravel definitely did not have the race he wanted. He's finished back in 13th. Chris Baines came home with the 10th place finish, and Randy Cornwell sitting pretty tight up there in the second position finish. We'll have to see how the points reset for next week, but be sure to tune in next week, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, Fearless Broadcasting, for the Electric Thunder Truck Series. And before we jump off, we'll go ahead and give you the final race results rundown. Aiden Lucas in the 77 got the win. Congratulations to him. Very strong race. Randy Cornwell comes home in second. Tim Aubrell, good recovery after being spun early. He comes home in third. Tate Lupret in fourth. Mason Wagaman fifth. Dustin Coggin in sixth. Noah Walters, first time we said his name up in the top 10 in a while. He finishes in 7th. Blair Saunders in 8th. Jordan Fisher in 9th. Chris Baines in 10th. James Jones 11th. Dylan Lamp 12th. Jeremiah Gravel will finish 13th. Joseph Herbert 14th. Tyler Clunan will come in 15th. James Burns 16th. Timothy Presley 17th. Nicholas Anderson 18th. 19th will be Dalton Wilson. And 20th... Let's see, a little bit of a glitch. 20th will be Chris Lewis, and Michael Dimmitt will come home last in the 21st position. Again, congratulations to your race winner, Aiden Lucas, and this can't wait for next week at Kansas. Be sure to tune in, but until